Afterwards, the Agency for Dignified Home Help would claim not to have sent Lololi to the houses of William and Annie. They'd penciled in a lovely lady from Marino who had an empty nest and needed to get out of her house each day to do something useful. William and Annie lived on one of those streets that are shadowed by the Croke Park Stadium. William used to love attending matches there, but since his beloved wife Margaret was taken by cancer, he'd lost interest in the football and played loud opera music on match Sundays to block out the roar of the crowd. Annie had been on her own for 16 years and talked to the photo of her handsome deceased husband each day. Lololi loved to sing. While making William's dinner, she entertained him with songs from her homeland in a voice low, husky, and full of everything in the world that is worth living for. She dusted Annie's husband's photograph with great reverence and whispered into Annie's ear, "He's at peace now, my love. You need to find it for yourself." William and Annie's kitchens were adjoining. They sat down to their lonesome meals each day side by side, a wall dividing them. It was on Valentine's Day that all changed. Lololi had spent all morning preparing dishes for her two charges. She set each table and put the best linen they owned on the scuffed surfaces in each kitchen. Annie muttered that it wasn't worth it, but William secretly liked to see his wedding table on the kitchen table. Lololi found flowers from their gardens, put them on the tables, and said, "Enjoy now," to both of them. Lololi was never seen again. A passing cyclist said later that he had seen a beautiful middle-aged African lady place her hands on the wall dividing Annie and William's house. She had smiled as she left. Architects puzzled over the disappearing walls. Science could not come up with a solution to how Annie and William had suddenly faced each other as their kitchens became one. Annie and William were momentarily stunned, but proceeded to eat the beautiful meal Lololi had prepared for them. Maybe they just believed in miracles. Or maybe they always knew that Lololi was sent to unite them. William explained to Annie while they ate their meal that he had looked up the meaning of her name and had written it down. He passed the little piece of paper he had written it on to Annie. She squinted, glasses forgotten, as she had become vain all of a sudden, suddenly sharing a Valentine's meal with a man for the first time in years. Lololi, there is always love. Annie smiled. William patted her hand. The crowds from Croke Park roared and celebrated. Funny that, there are no matches in February.